Good day. How are you all doing? Let me quickly mention a few things, then we'll get into the Bitcoin analysis discussion. First of all, guys, we've started a daily routine that's different every day, so you need to keep up with it every day. The reason for this is so that in these constantly changing conditions, the market keeps changing, the country keeps changing. We can have a positive routine for ourselves. First, let's develop the ability to build and stick to a positive routine, and then we'll create a longer term routine for ourselves. For now, every morning we have a 10 or 15-minute live session together. We write down the situation, list our tasks, do the work, note what needs to be done next, and then we move on. Then we get to our tasks. If you want to keep up and be present, join the Telegram group so you can see what the tasks are and stay updated on the live session times. Here's the deal. If the kids say 15, then in the first 15 minutes, whoever leaves a comment will get to see the result. For 10 days, I'll do a drawing among 10 of them. I'll get them VIP level 3 on a Fitnomics, VIP level 3. This will make the EC, if I'm not mistaken, either 40% or 60%. Yeah, 40 or 60%. I can't remember exactly, so write the correct one for me. It's either 40% or 60%. You pay less in fees on your trades. Like if you used to pay $10 in fees, after you get VIP level 3, you'll pay either $4 or $6. I posted the names yesterday on Telegram too. Those of you who won the lottery, go to the liminal bot, send your messages, and clean your VIPs there. They'll guide you from there. Where, how, what happens, okay? So do this today. If you arrive late, try to be faster tomorrow. Make sure you get there earlier. Turn on Telegram notifications so you get updates there. The translator becomes the chemistry analyst there. Because every day the routine is different. Because the goal is just to be able to build a positive routine for ourselves every day. It's not about sticking to just one routine. Our effort is what happened, Powell, yesterday? So, what happened in the market overall? The rates went down, but based on the forecasts and predictions for next year, there will be one or two rate cuts, and so on. It's still a bit early, meaning the data for next year hasn't come in yet, and their foreign policies haven't shown their effects yet. This could change, and right now the prediction is that next year interest rates will be cut one or two more times in total. And when this prediction settles in for people, that the interest rate might stay the same. If next year there's just a single 25 basis point cut, the market's reaction will be negative. Why haven't we crossed yet? Why haven't we sharply dropped? Why, in my opinion, are we not setting a new lower bottom for now? I mean, why? I think the 82,300 level was the bottom for Bitcoin in this cycle. Why don't I remember last week's Friday? Why should I say something wrong? We need to break that level. We go and open short positions. I don't care, but what's the reason for it? Guys, we have two approaches when it comes to this inflationary environment and overall job creation and so on. All these topics, one of which is raising or lowering rates, and we have other measures too. What are the two things the US central bank is doing right now? The Federal Reserve is doing them. The other one is QT and QE. Make sure to look them up separately. Quantitative easing and quantitative tightening. Go check them out. Look at how interesting this is. Have we finished our quantitative tightening? Meaning, are they not going to start it again? They're not pulling liquidity out of the market anymore to control prices. And on the other hand, they're doing quantitative easing. They're starting it, but very slowly and with a small amount of money. I mean, even last year when the situation was supposedly really bad, we were still doing more quantitative easing than anything else. Right now, they're doing it in a really half-hearted and slow way. But that still means they're giving money to the banks, buying bonds from the banks and giving them cash. They haven't started heavy money printing yet, but if that starts too, this causes liquidity to enter into the market. In the long run, this has a positive effect, even if the interest rate doesn't go down. If they keep up the QE and increase the amount of money, right now they've said $40 billion a month, which is really nothing. $40 billion in such a huge economy is really not a significant amount, $40 billion. And don't forget, it's $40 billion. It's supposed to go and buy bonds, supposed to inject money into the economy, not by printing new money, but by using the money it already has on hand, giving it back to buy the bonds. That's what they're doing. They're making a deal, not printing new money to put in their pocket. This makes the long-term outlook a bit more interesting for me. In this environment, as long as Powell is still around, after that, US monetary policy might change. It's possible it could be different. If the rates go down, it doesn't even want to show itself. Why after Christmas? There's hardly any time left until the holidays. Basically, in about 10 or 15 days, the holidays start. And after Christmas, they'll show themselves. I mean, during Christmas time, we'll probably just move in a range. Most likely during Christmas, we'll be ranging. Our volume will be low, the number of our trades will be low, and our volatility will be low. There's a very high chance of that. I'm really saying this just so we're all aware. Today, I also recorded a video about cycles for you. The tutorial will be released, so make sure to watch it. I finally managed to clarify what a cycle actually is, how we should approach it, what we should expect. Should we have opened a long position here, or should we have waited? Should we stay here? Or maybe we should have taken a short position. It depends on the cycle. Depending on which cycle you wanted to trade in, your answer would be different. You'll really understand these things, and once you do, we can then move on to talking about taking profits, position sizing, and entry triggers. We can talk about all of these things comfortably together. And now you've reached the end of the video. Give it a like, leave a comment. Do you follow the routine or not? Why not? Are you being lazy? What's the reason? Write it down, just a bit. Let me see what I can do so more of us can stick together. Right now, there are about 1,000 of us. I wouldn't mind if there were 5 or 6,000 of us together. Let's get to the analysis and what's been happening. It started from where it opened. Here too, the position was closed in profit. Before these candles, there was also a setup from a Barsana here. The position was closed in profit and then a BCH trade opened, which hit the stop loss. If I'm not mistaken. That's it from the previous positions. I had talked about Ethereum and this level. A breakout here with the stop loss down here would have given about 1% profit up to this point. But regarding, I'd also mention that since we're expecting Ethereum to continue, we're not closing the profit on just one Ethereum. It's normal if you got liquidated here, especially if your position was the one we opened down here last night at 12:30. I set mine at something like 3,270, or some number like 3,300. It was around those numbers that I set it, and here it got liquidated, the short position. If you're feeling anxious, that's understandable. For whatever reason, if you have a short position here, if you opened a short position here, you don't have to take profit just yet. You don't have to take profit for now. You can keep the position for yourself. For now, hold on to it. Moving your stop can be a good idea. For example, let me give you an example with Ethereum. To generalize, you can set your stop somewhere close, like at 3,244. Why didn't I mention here? There's nothing on the 15-minute chart here. What's here? I went there to place an order just now in these 1 hour or 15-minute timeframes. We have candles like this. Go and check. There are places with heavy sell orders. You can use your short position and set it above that area. So that's about setting your stop there. For now, don't take profit yet. All right, so here the rate dropped, these things happen. Why? Should it drop? Did I explain it, right? Because this decrease was already priced in. We had talked about it before. They were waiting to see what the forecasts for next year would be and saw that basically the rate was only going to drop once. So overall, they unloaded their positions. They got out. But now this rate cut doesn't have a positive effect for the market. This QE that's happening right now doesn't have a positive effect. Why? Because it takes a while for its real effects to show up. Right now, we're just seeing the FOMO and emotional reactions. You'll see, the real effects take a bit of time to appear. You have to wait. For it, even a month feels like 20 days or 18 hours in Bitcoin terms. Most likely, if we stay in this box, we'll probably end up getting out of it. It's not really important right now to know exactly what we want to do monthly, just don't go below this box. As long as we don't drop below this 8.2 to 7.2 range, that's enough for buyers. They'll do their thing if we go below here on a monthly basis. We'll move on to other plays like 57, 45. We'll go for those plays. For this to happen, last time from body to body, how much did we drop? Down? Let's say 7.3%. If this time we want to drop 7.3%, how much would that be? It would be 30. But each time we're moving less. Now the institutions are also sticking with that. So let's realistically consider it around 63 to 64. That would put Bitcoin's bottom at about $45,000. Just jot this down here, or go write a note, do something with your phone, or whatever works for you. Whether I was here or not, because I said, we're not buying here, it's still too early, sit down and think for yourself. If one day Bitcoin is at 44 or 45,000, sit down and think logically. Does it give you a trigger or not? If one day it never gets there, then it just never gets there. Write it down somewhere so you can see for yourself. This weekly candle isn't really anything special overall. As long as this bottom exists, these candles don't really matter to us. On the daily chart, it's just drop, correction, drop. The confirmation for this to continue is needed. Just the fact that we made a lower high, plus losing 8,293, losing this area here could be significant. For now, it could bring us down to this 82,473 area. If we break this level too, our next support will be around 726. This is the same box I keep mentioning. If we enter it, there's a high chance we'll be stuck in a range for a long time. Honestly, if we get into it, we'll probably range here for quite a while. If we enter it might range here for a while, so be careful not to get too frustrated or impatient. Also, keep in mind we might even fake this whole area out. This is a good confirmation for our long position, a good confirmation for our profit. Where else in the bigger picture can I find a similar setup like this? Like here, you see we get a period of ranging, and if we fake it out, I might as well just ignore this whole path, just let it go entirely. When we fake this area out and this level gets broken, that's a good confirmation afterward. Here too, this box that we have down here is a lot like that area. It's similar, it's right before Christmas, the market conditions are close, and people are just as frustrated. These are similar. On the 4-hour chart, you can see it's been a mess, and overall, at the end of the 4-hour, you can just say, man. For example, we open a short position below 829 to 910. Okay, but where should your stop go? If the candle is strong, you have to wait for a strong candle to come and then open a short position behind it. It doesn't really make sense to put it up here, right? Your stop would be too big, so the risk to reward isn't good. So that's it. We're supposed to set things up so that the time frame we're checking the market on is the 4-hour trend, because it has a proper trend, not like the 1-minute chart where you just want to jump into a position. If your main time frame is 4 hours, you're not allowed to go below 4 hours. You wait. You wait until the market gives you a structure. The market is our boss. The time frame doesn't tie our hands in our strategy. We're allowed to go down to 15 minutes, but not lower than that, because from a fee perspective, it's not worth it. In crypto, anything below 15 minutes is scalping. Go for it if you want to scalp. Sit down and do the math on paper. Anyone who says it's worth it hasn't actually done the calculations or tried it themselves. At the very least, the risk-reward ratio you need to take there is 5 to 1, for example, because with just 2 risk-reward trades, your profit gets eaten up by fees. When you start trading on 1-minute or 3-minute charts in crypto on crypto exchanges, you're basically just scalping. Well, on the 1-hour chart, you can actually plan your life here. If you have a mindset that can handle a prolonged range, you can manage this. Yes, we can take a position line. Why? Because if you can spot the cycles, it really works out well. Seriously, just look. Right now, our high wave cycle is bearish, but our medium wave cycle is bullish, and our low wave cycle is currently bearish as well. We're not saying our high wave is going to have an impact for now. The levels of our high wave haven't been broken yet. Where should the next level come? We're still in the continuation of this wave. It went below 8. 8 was given. So for now, our high wave doesn't have any effect on the chart, and our medium wave is bullish. This is your bullish sound. Now, if you want, draw a trend line here, draw a channel, not based on the size of the waves, but go by the wave sizes. Take a look. Here is the bottom of the medium bullish trend, the same zone we talked about. So if our low wave cycle changes direction here, if it changes direction here, not just because a candle pops up. You can open a long position, you can do that, but you don't move this yet. Don't take that risk for now. Let it come up on its own and I'll see where it reacts. If it moves here, for example, if it reacts to this 97 level, I'll say it's here. If it reacts to 999, I'll say it's there. If by any chance a candle shoots up, and right now we get 5 green candles in a row going up, you can't do anything about it. Seriously. And if, for example, it prints 3 small red candles here and the volume drops, or on the other hand, if the volume increases a lot, that's even better. If it prints 6 red candles and the volume spikes, then if these candles start turning green again and engulf the previous ones, you'll notice it. The buyers are much stronger than the sellers, even though the sellers are selling and there's a lot of volume from them. You can follow up on your long position here. This is exactly what I mean when I say we need to learn the market structure. This isn't something I can tell you in my analysis right now, because it hasn't happened yet, and I don't know how it's going to play out. So that's it. Go check out that strategy in the Horse City and watch its tutorial so you can handle these levels. Figure it out for her. A short position rejection. Increase in volume with a setup candle, with momentum, with a break of the previous low before the actual breakout. At 8.9623, you can open your position. Can you open your position? What if right here a candle comes down? Look, this is 8.9623. If right here it doesn't give a tight stop, it's not a very cool position. If it doesn't give a tight stop and you still open here, do you open this other leg so you can manage your risk? Wait for a pullback so you can get your risk reward. What is the main domain doing in this time frame? It's just ranging, doing nothing, just hanging around. This is what they call something like that. So when it's just sitting around doing nothing like this, some coins are doing their own thing. A little ahead, a little behind, and yeah, the thing is, since altcoins are basically in a downtrend, whatever Bitcoin does, except for the top 10, the rest of the altcoins just follow along. So if Bitcoin goes up, they go up. If Bitcoin goes down, they go down. It doesn't make a difference. Whatever Bitcoin does, they do too. Their charts are all pretty much the same. Almost all of them are stuck at the top. In the middle of all this, though, there are some coins that behave differently. Because, no, because it's about dominance and it's moving sideways right now. Well, this one is basically done for, because with Bitcoin dominance and Bitcoin moving sideways, if these coins do something weird against the BTC pair, just like here, it gives a good pump and also a good bump. It also gives a good dump. If you take the time to watch these, they're actually useful for opening positions. It's not like they're useless for opening positions. You need to check and pull up the BTC pairs. Every day at 5 o'clock, altcoin analysis is posted for you in the Tarsi Pro scan channel, just in case you didn't know, guys. So every day at 5, altcoin analysis is posted for you, and honestly, I haven't made a small profit from it either. Guys, do you want to hang out together? Please go check it out. I'll pin the link for you in the comments. As for our total, what's our situation? We haven't broken this 3.1 level, and we haven't broken 3 either. So can we say it's bearish? No, it's not bullish, but it's not bearish either. Here in the low WebSocket, if we set it up, we can check it. Total free. Isn't this one level lower? Yes, it is. But Bitcoin is more bullish, total is more bullish, and the dominance is there. Bitcoin was also in a situation where whatever Bitcoin did, for now, altcoins are doing the same thing. Now this one, total 3, is just a bit lower, and that's because their BTC pairs are negative. They moved a bit ahead, and when the BTC pair chart turns positive, this one will bounce back, and it will bounce back sooner. Total 2 is still at 1.31, let's say. I can actually remove this and put it here. 1.3 for long, below 1.22 for short. In between, it's a low wave cycle. You need to understand what happens here. Oh, if you don't understand the term low wave cycle, you need the video. Watch today. Don't just skip over it. Ask yourself, what does this word mean that he's using? Is it possible? A short-term wave can also bring about change. Can you open it up for yourself? Now, in what time frame is this short-term wave here? Go and learn more. You'll be able to recognize it easily yourself. You gave a signal. Don't break this one, where it stopped at the penny point in 26. And what should we do about the trend cut? The trigger is the same 6.2, which is the same bottom I showed you in Bitcoin. I said over there, it still hasn't broken, so the high wave cycle can't have its effect yet. That's the level. If this breaks, we're going, so that we can test the previous bottom there and check these events. On the 15-minute chart, this candle forms like this. We don't have a position line to open here. Opening a web position is very risky because only someone with a bonus can open it. And since we're using an account, I'm not going to open a position line here. I really won't go and set a stop in bottom here. Let's do something. Make a change. Do something like this. Make something happen. Let's fake this area. Something needs to happen before we can make these decisions. As for the dynamic address that we talked about, we'll go to ETH/BTC. And it's not bad. Man, it had a really strong bullish trend. Then it got rejected somewhere. Let's see if it creates some support for itself here or not. For the DeFi space, it's a bit early. But in your video, can you make another 16% box or liquidate it? It's money. Can you make another 16% liquidation box with its money? How much do we have here? Right here? Oh, let's see here. Why aren't you showing our money? Oh, I have 5,000 USDC and I have 1,800 Ethereum. I can make something. You might be surprised, but this isn't a website where you can just create something. You'll find better liquidity elsewhere. Okay? So don't be that person who can't find it, but for now, it's 224% annual for USDT/ETH. What do I have in USD? I have USDC.E at 219%. We actually want something even smaller than this. We want it a little bit smaller too. We want a 3 on top and a 3 on the bottom, right? We want a 3 on the bottom and a 3 on the top. Okay, so let's go ahead and put in 0.5 of our Ethereum right now. So now on my liquidity pool will be set up. And that box, the one that was shown, 220% profit in 1 year, but only if it stays with the same volume in the space for a year. Now, what if it stays for 10 days? There's an option in the middle here. Can you choose it yourself? See what happens? You just do a quick calculation and see how much it would be, like for a month. For example, if it stays here for a month, it gives you about 20% profit. It depends on the liquidity up to this point. This is from ETH/BTC. Here, there are a few red candles showing up, hitting the top. It's not really green here for me to say it's causing a change either. Why is it all about dominance? You haven't even talked about Bitcoin. Maybe I actually prefer not to know. Maybe it wants to move sharply. If it wants to go up sharply or drop down, I need to pay a bit more attention to the market and analyze a few more coins. I shouldn't focus all my attention in one place right now. Yeah, it's better to open a short position on altcoins, but an hour from now, it might not be the best move. My point is, an hour from now, it might not be better. This level here was where we previously tried to keep a position open. Okay, this was the spot where we opened an extra position beyond what was planned, so we could see if it would reach the target from this level here or not. It didn't reach up to 3,461 at all. It moved 10%, 5% of it didn't move at all. I actually took a loss here. 70% of the position was closed here. What about the other 30%? For now, nothing's happening. I'm not closing it yet. If it stays open, later a new entry point will show up. There will be some volume. Something will happen to it. There will be some volume. A series of events will happen. Now, either it gets closed out, or a short position might even open, or a long might open with it. My average will change. Anything could happen. Below this level, opening a short position doesn't really make sense. This drop needs a correction. We want a sharp move down, even if we want it to be sharp. We want to come down. Let's move on to another coin. Look at BNB here. It came down and was about to break this, but there's no news until it gets down here. Let's open this one up. Let's check Solana, which has almost lost its support here. It just needs one confirmation for this level. If it loses this, let's open up Sol here and see if it holds the bottom. Let's go. Here, the high peak on support becomes really important. Last week, we talked about this together. People have lost out, and the supports are gone too. Let's move on to hype. Let's check hype. Here, when it wanted to touch 27,765, let's open up hype from the back. There's no need to necessarily take this one or take Ethereum. The structure needs to be built here. This method doesn't have much value down here, and it's not useful. Let's move on. Let's not get caught up in it. Thank you so much up to this point. Thank you for sticking with the video. Don't forget to like and comment, turn on notifications, and here's the reward I have for you right here.